featuring Miss Potter, Miss Warren, and Miss Marshall.
Good morning, sweet friends. Today we are going to review two-digit subtraction, and I've asked a few of my friends if they would help us with that. I bet you'll recognize them. First, we'll start with Miss Potter. Miss Potter, what is your favorite way to do two-digit subtraction?
Miss Taylor, that's a really good question. What is my favorite way to do two-digit subtraction? Let me think. I would think my favorite way to do it is using a hundreds chart.
Thank you, Miss Potter. So the hundreds chart is a way that we can use to solve two-digit subtraction. We talked about this the other day when we were doing two-digit addition. So this is the equation that we are going to focus on today, 54 minus 28. So there are actually two ways that we could do this on the hundreds chart. So I went ahead and I printed out a hundreds chart today, and if you want to do that at home, all you have to do is go to Google and do an image search for free hundreds chart printables, and you will find hundreds of them. Never pay for those type of things because there are so many out there that are free. But we're going to start with this. So on a hundreds chart, we are going to start with a large number, the whole, and we are going to take away 28. So in this case, the large whole number is 54. Remember, the whole is the biggest number, vocabulary word that you need to make sure that you remember. So I'm going to go to my hundreds chart and I'm going to find the number 54, and it will be located in the fours column because it's right here, because there is a 4 in the ones place. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to circle the 54, which is in the ones, or in the fours column. And now I'm going to count backwards. Now I could count backwards 28 times. I could start here and go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But there's a much faster way of doing that. We can talk about the 28 in terms of tens and ones. So if I have two tens, that means that I can just move two tens instead of counting each one. So remember, to go a whole 10, I can go up 1, which is 1 10, and up 1 more, which is 2 tens, and I'll land on 34. Now the other day we went down because we were adding. Now we're subtracting, so we want our numbers to get smaller. So I have now gone up 2 tens. Okay, now I'm going to go backwards 8 ones. So backwards to the left. Last time we went to the right because we wanted our numbers to increase because we were adding. Now we're going to subtract. So I'm going to go back 1, 2, 3. I ran out of room, so I'm going to go up. Since I'm on 31, I'm going to go up to the 30. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And as you can see, I have landed on the number 26. So 54 minus 28 is 26. Now some of you like to start on the little number and count up to the big number. And so I'm also going to be doing that on the hundreds chart. So instead of starting on the 54, I'm going to start on the 28. Okay? Now this is because of fact families. So basically what I'm doing is I'm saying that 28 plus something is going to equal 54.
The next one is tens and ones, 54
so right now
minus
we're going to
28.
look at this equation. I should get the same answer. It should be 28 plus 26 equals 54, if I did it correctly. So this time I'm going to start on the 28. I found the 28 in the eighths column because there are 8 ones. Now I'm going to count up to 54. So I need to get to this number. So I'm going to go from here to here, but I want to add. Now I'm going to go down first or over first. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go, I think I'll go down first. So I'm going to go down 1, 2. If I go down 1 more, I'm going to be on this end, and that's more than 1, so I know I can't do that. So that means I'm going to go down 2 tens. So I went ahead and wrote my 2 down because that's in my tens place. Now I have to see how many am I going to go backward to get to 54. So I'm going to start on 48, and I'm going to go, forward to see how many I can get to 54. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it took me 6 jumps to get to 54. So that means there should be a 6 in the ones place, giving me once again the answer 26. And if I want to, I can check that by adding together either this number and my answer, that should give me the whole, or I can go ahead and I can use this equation and just fill in what I have here. It's going to be the same thing, 28 plus 26. So if I add those two together, what is 8 plus 6? 14. I know I can't have a 10 in the ones place, so I'm going to carry it. Now I have 2 plus 2 plus 1, which is 54. And so I got the whole again. So that means the answer, 26, is correct. Thanks, Miss Potter. Okay, now it's time to hear from another one of our friends, Miss Warren. Hey, Miss Warren, what's your favorite way to do two-digit subtraction?
My favorite way to do two-digit subtraction. Miss Taylor, I really like using the place value blocks. And I want to say hi to all the boys and girls in 2nd grade. I hope you are well, and I miss you, and I can't wait to see you again.
Well, Miss Warren, I'm sure that I speak for everyone when I tell you that we miss you too. Okay, so place value blocks. I also really like to do that one. So I've gone ahead and I've written down 54 minus 28. Okay, so I actually do have some place value blocks here. Do you remember what this guy is? A 10, right. What about this guy? Definitely a 1. So what we're going to do anytime that we are subtracting with place value, we're going to start with the whole, okay? And so once again, which is the whole in this equation? 54, great. And we know that because the whole is the biggest number. So I'm going to kind of adjust my camera so that you can see what I'm doing, hopefully. All right, so what I have done here is I have written out 10s and 1s. And I'm going to model the number 54 with my place value blocks. So since I have 5 10s, I'm going to lay down 5 10s. Okay, so I've laid down my 5 10 towers. Now I'm going to take 4 1s. Sorry, I'm going to lay down 4 1s. So I have 54. Now remember, when you are modeling subtraction with place value blocks, you actually don't do anything with this number here except for take it away. So we're not going to model it in any way. So instead, the first thing we're going to do is we're always going to start on the right to be right. So if I have 8 1s here, can I take 8 1s away? No, I can't. So what can I do? Very good. I'm going to take this 10 and I'm going to break it apart into 10 1s. So I have 4 here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to exchange this 10 for 10 1s. Okay, so I'm not throwing it away, I'm replacing it. And now I'm going to put those 1s on this side. So now I did have 4 1s, and I gave 10, switched out 10, so now I have 14 1s. Now, can I take away 8 1s? Yes, so I'm going to go ahead and take away 4 and 4, because that makes 8. And now I have 6 1s left. I still need to take the 2 10s away. So I'm going to take away 2 10s. So the answer that I am left with is 26. And because of the last video, we know 26 is correct. But if we didn't know, we could always take our 26 and add it to our 28, and we should get 54. All right, so when you are doing this, I'm guessing you probably don't have tens and ones, although I will tell you that pretzel sticks or Q-tips or toothpicks work really well for the tens. And the ones can be a bean or a rock or a little marshmallow or a fruit snack, anything that you want if you want to model it that way. Otherwise, you can just draw your 5 tens and 4 ones. And when you ask, can I take away 8? No, so I have to go here and borrow. So I'm going to take these 10 and move them here. Now can I take away 8? Yes, so I'm going to take away 4 and 4 more, and I'm left with this. But I still have to take away my 2 ones. Now, 2 tens, I'm sorry. And since I took away those 2 tens, I have 2 tens left. So I have 2 tens and 6 ones, which of course is 26. Thank you so much, Miss Warren. Now let's hear from another friend. Miss Marshall, what is your favorite way to do 2-digit subtraction?
Second graders, I hope you are doing well and staying healthy. I miss seeing each one of you. Well, Brady and I, we wanted to share our favorite way to do 2-digit subtraction, and that's by doing the regrouping method. Remember, like when Miss T tells you, more on top, no need to stop. More on the floor, you need to go next door and borrow 10 more.
Thank you, Miss Marshall. And Brady, you are just too cute. I can't believe you're already that big. All right, so Miss Marshall says that she likes to do the regrouping method. And if I remember correctly, that seemed to be the most popular method in our class too. So we have 54 minus 28 as our equation. The first thing I'm going to do is stack those numbers up on top of one another. So if I have 54 and I take away 28, I have to make sure that my whole goes on the top. Because remember, the commutative property does not work with subtraction. You can't switch them around. Then I'm going to take my line and draw it right down the center to make sure my tens and ones stay separated. And I'm going to start on the right to be right. And just like Miss Marshall said, do you remember our poem? Big number on top, no need to stop. Big number on the floor, go next door, borrow 10 more. All right, so is the big number on the top or the floor? The floor. So we're going to go next door and borrow 10 more. So I'm going to mark out my 5 and my 4. If I take a 10 away from that 5, what does it become? 4. Very good. And if I give a 10 to the 4, what does it become? 14. So it was a 4 and I gave it a 10. So it looks like this. So I did have 5 tens and 4 ones. Now I have 4 tens and 14 ones. But as we talked about in class, it's the same thing, same value. All we did was change the way it was regrouped. Now, can I take 14 and take away 8? Fantastic. And I get 6. And of course, 4 minus 2 is 2. And I get the answer 26 once again. And if I wasn't certain, I could always take 28 and add my answer, and I should get my whole. So that is the regrouping method. Thanks again, Miss Marshall. Here is today's challenge. Solve all 3 equations using one or all 3 of the methods that we reviewed today. These are the IXL lessons that accompany this virtual lesson. I hope you guys have a great day, and remember, 20 is plenty.